guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just got back from watching Dune Part 2. Sorry y'all, I'm out of breath. I was just running up the stairs. It is definitely, I think, a little over 2.5 hours. And that's with previews, because I think the movie started at like, I don't know, 4:40. It didn't start till 5. There's no post-credit scene. So if you guys saw my reaction to part 1, now a lot of you guys were kind of putting me on and letting me know that this was actually, like, in order for you to really understand it, you have to know the story, or I read the story. I was definitely not doing that, but the story is very, very long, which is why these movies are very long, and there are 2 parts. I will say this, there's no post-credit scene, but I feel like the way that the movie ended left it open for them to have a part 3. And you'll definitely understand why when you go see it, if you guys are going to go watch it. But so because I was not familiar with the story or anything like that, I gotta say, like, the first movie, it was beautifully made. It was a beautiful movie. The music was nice, really, really nice. The actors did a great job. I just couldn't, it just didn't, I just couldn't connect with it. I couldn't connect with it. And it wasn't like, I missed a few parts, or I walked out the theater and walked back in. Like, it wasn't that. It was just, it was long, and I felt like it, and I guess that's, the first part is kind of a setup. Like, it kind of goes into telling you the story about what happened. But it wasn't that it was bad. It wasn't bad. I personally just couldn't connect with it. Like, and maybe it was because I just didn't understand it. I wasn't going to go read about it. I mean, read the whole story about Dune and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people liked it. Some people thought it was too long. Some people didn't like it. So with Dune Part 2, I gotta say that it kind of picks up in a way, but there is more action. There's definitely more action. I was hearing here and there that this part 2 was going to be really, really, really good. Did I feel that way? No, because once again, I kind of felt like, for me personally, with my experience with this, it was better than the first one, and maybe because the first one was a slow introduction to what Dune was really all about, and then they got into the nitty-gritty of what was going on in this movie. So of course Zendaya is in it. I forget the name of the main guy who's in it. So in this in this movie, he is basically trying to find out a way to fight with them, and be one of the, I forgot the name of the Freeman, I think. So, Zendaya's character kind of goes on trying to, like, watch his movements. She trusts him, but I don't think her people trust him, because he comes from, different lineage and things like that. Now, in this movie, his mom, let me tell y'all something. So, okay, let me not say that, because then that's going to spoil it, because this is a non-spoiler. I'm not going to say anything, but it was interesting to know what the movie starts out in a specific way that lets you know, like, oh, okay, like, that's what's going on with her. All right. So throughout the whole movie, there's communication going on. And at a couple of times, the way, I don't, man, y'all know, y'all may think that I'm funny, but When I tell you I rebuke something in the name of Jesus, I'm not even joking. So there was a few parts of this movie where they sounded a certain way, and I was just like, no, I didn't like how that sounded. It was really weird, and I didn't understand what was it that made them that way, what made them sound that way. But it was like a really, really strange. So then you find that what's his name? I forget his name in the character, like the big guy who sits in that black puddle of something. Him and Batista's character, he stuff happens with him and dude's nephew, who's the bald one with no eyebrows. He is like a little jerk. I don't care for him at all. So you see, we did also see that in the trailer we saw there was like this big worm, and you'll understand what that was in the movie too. But it was just crazy to see that scene and how that unfolded and what happened, and how he handled it. So I don't want to give too much away, but I feel like this one was better than the first for me. I did enjoy it a little bit more, but it was long. It was long. It didn't have me all the way, but um it was a little bit, it was more than the story. I feel like the first one is just like, all right, this is what it's all about. The second one, now we're really gonna get into it. So it was definitely a lot of fight scenes in this one. And they were pretty cool. It was nothing that wowed me, but there was a lot of fighting scenes, a lot of battle scenes for sure. And then towards the end, well, throughout the movie, you kind of see the main character's role unfolding as the movie goes on. And towards the end, you guys will see what happens. And I thought, well, I was like, oh my gosh. But um things were things played out the way that they were supposed to. He also ends up finding out a secret. And I think that I caught this a much early, like probably in the beginning. But later on, he finds out a secret. And then you actually find out the source of that secret. And you're like, what? How? When? Like, you guys, please come back and let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But, so at the end of everything, um, there's still like a lot of battling and stuff going on, and the way that it ended, it almost left it open ended, like they want to make another one, even though there's no post credit scene. So, I mean, if I'm basing this off of, you know, and like I said, like everything in the movie, there was like, I can't say anything bad about it. It's just because it's so long, because I don't know the story about Dune and things like that. The connection that I would feel, like, it's not quite there. But if I had to base this off of the acting, um, the special effects, like all the special effects was really, really good. The way that the movie looked, it was definitely beautifully made, just like the first one. If I'm basing it off of all of that, I give it a 3 out of, well, 2.5 to 3 out of 5 toodles. Because like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's not badly made. It's not poorly acted out. Like, everything was there. I just don't know much about it to be like, yo, this happened, and then have a comparison. But to those of you who do know the story, who have read the story, who are really deep into the Dune story, if you go out and see it, don't take my word for it. Go out, watch it for yourself, and come back. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys feel that it played out the way that it should have compared to what the true story is? Did you guys like the way it looked? Did you enjoy my review? Because I'm just being honest with you guys. But yeah, like, go watch it and come back and let me know what you guys think. Feel free to let me know anything that you would want me to know about Dune and things like that. I'm always open to learn stuff. So leave all your comments down below, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.